Hi and welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Lorena. So it is the 31st of January and tomorrow the 1st of February my plan is to start a romance reading vlog. I just wanted to kind of do my intro today, but I'll start reading the books tomorrow. I don't tend to pick up romance novels, not for any particular reason, it's just not like my most read genre. But when I do, they tend to be rom-coms. You know, I haven't delved too far into the romance genre because I know there's lots of different sub-genres. So yeah, I'm interested to explore a little bit more. So I have an audiobook and I want to read a couple of ebooks I have got ready for this. So yes, the ebook that I'm picking up is called Recipe for Persuasion and it's by Sonali Dev. Now this is the audiobook I've got from my library, and there is a chef who needs a new strategy. How else can she save her beloved restaurant and prove to her strange overachieving mother that she isn't a complete screw-up? When she's asked to join the cast of Cooking with the Stars, the latest hit reality show teaming chefs with celebrities, it seems like just the leap of faith she needs to put our restaurant back on the map. She's a chef, what's the worst that could happen? Rico Silva, that's what. Being paired with a celebrity who was her first love, the man who ghosted her at the worst possible time of her life, only proves that Ashana has always believed leaps of faith are a recipe for disaster. FIFA winning soccer star Rico Silva isn't too happy to be paired with Ashana either. Losing Ashana years ago almost destroyed him. The only silver lining to this bizarre situation is that he can finally prove to Ashana that he's definitely over her. But when their catastrophic first meeting goes viral, social media becomes obsessed with their chemistry. The competition on the show is fierce, and so the shimmering desire between Ashana and Rico. Every minute that they spend together rekindles feeling that pulls them towards their disastrous past. Will letting go again be another recipe for heartbreak or recipe for persuasion? So it sounds really fun, definitely rom-com vibes I'm getting from that synopsis. Sounds like it's going to be really fun. I haven't read anything by that author before, so yes, looking forward to that. I also plan on reading the first novel in the Bridgerton series. I watched it all in January. I really enjoyed it, so I'm interested to see what the book's like. I do have the second one also on Kindle, so maybe if there's time this week I might pick that up as well, because it follows a different sibling, because each book is for each sibling, so I'm assuming the series is going to be the same. So yes, and then the last one. So months ago, probably like 6 months ago, I was watching one of Jean from Bookish Thoughts videos, and I think it was a wrap up, and she mentioned about Highlander romance, and I was like, what? So yes, that is a subgenre of romance novels. They're specifically Highlander romance ones, so I believe they tend to be set in like, I think the 15th, 16th, 17th century, obviously guys in kilts. Yes, I think it's going to be really funny. It could potentially be extremely cheesy. I haven't quite decided which one I'm reading yet, but I'm going to pick one out. I think it's going to be, I hope it's fun. It might also be, yeah, I don't know, like I really want to read it as a Scot. I feel like I need to read it and judge how bad or good it is. It's going to be interesting because I don't know if there's any actual Scottish authors that have written these books. So I have the feeling that the language is either going to be pure English with random Scots words thrown in like I and Ken, or it could be done really well, because yeah, if it's random, there's randomly thrown in a Scots word here and there, that's going to be awful to read because people don't actually speak like that. They either speak with Scots in their language. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it flows in a certain way. So I think it's gonna be really funny actually if they do that. But I'm really intrigued. Like, I think it's gonna be cheesy. That's my my thoughts on that. I don't think any Scottish people actually write these books. I think it's like people, romance writers from other countries, mostly America, but we'll find out. I'm going to do my research, pick one, and let's have some fun with it. But those are the 3 ones I definitely want to read this week. I might have time to sneak in another one, let's see. And yeah, it's February, like I want to have fun with romance novels, you know, a bit of enjoyment, because like January lasted for about 3 months long. That's generally how long it felt. It's gonna be fun. It's also the month I turn, February is also the month I turn 29 plus 1, so I kind of want to have a little bit of fun reading, you know, something light-hearted, you know, it takes me out of this pandemic world. So yes, I'll check in with you when I have some thoughts. I'm definitely going to start with audiobook, you know, whilst I'm like kind of getting ready in the morning, cooking dinner and things, and I'll probably pick up one of the other 2 in between and actually sit and read them. I am working, so yeah, I probably won't, I'm not going to be able to read like a ton each day, but let's see. I think I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun this week. I will check in with you tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, once I made significant progress in the book, to give you thoughts. I'll check in. But thank you. Thanks for watching this. So I got to chapter 12 yesterday on Recipe for Persuasion. And you're probably wondering why I'm not showing my face. I have conjunctivitis at the moment, so I am, yeah, you don't need to see that. So yeah, I got to chapter 12, so I've gotten past the point where they went viral. So it was like them meeting for the first time on the cooking show, and Ashna dropped a knife, and Rico went to like grab it, and yeah, he like hurt his knee because that's why he's not playing football anymore. So it's interesting. He, you know, doesn't. It's like they were together back in high school. Apparently she dumped him. He clearly isn't over it. So I think it's like they were together. Now it's going to be a bit of an enemies to lover type thing. That's what the vibes I'm getting. I have also found that it's not quite the easy rom-com it seems to be, especially with this cover, which is really nice, by the way. There are tougher topics coming up in it, so I think there should be some trigger warnings, so I will put those in the description. So yeah, I've just been focusing on the audiobook because of my eye, so I'm not having to like look at screens or anything. But yeah, really enjoying it. Yeah, it's mostly light-hearted. Yes, but like I said, it's not quite the easy rom-com as I thought it was, but I am enjoying it. Hi, it is Wednesday, the 3rd of February, and my eye is basically normal, so you get to see my face again, and my headache seems to finally went away. I had this massive tension headache. But I have finished Recipe for Persuasion today at lunchtime, and yes, thoughts, I'm going to give it a 3.5. It was a fun read, but like I mentioned yesterday, I actually got a little bit into more of the topics, and I briefly mentioned that there are, for a rom-com, there's topics in there that you wouldn't expect there to be. There should be some warnings as well. I think I'll try and put them down in the description below. Yeah, so there's definitely topics that you wouldn't expect to be covered in there, and yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And it's not part of the main storyline between our 2 characters, Ashna and Rico. It's like a subplot line, that these other themes come through. So yeah, it doesn't actually feature part of our main romance, but it was cute, it was fun. I enjoyed the kind of chemistry between Ashna and Rico, and yeah, their little moments, and their, yeah, like a second chance love story, because they were they went out in high school, no one knew about their relationship, and yeah, he purposely got himself on the show, this cooking show that she was on, to try and get over her, but obviously, you know, it's been like 10 years. Yeah, it was good, it was fun, I enjoyed the interactions between the two of them, and yes, I think Ashna's storyline really resolved in the end. It's fun. I definitely want to check out other books by this author. This was book 2, but it's a standalone in a series. So yeah, it was fun and I enjoyed. I wasn't really looking at any screens or anything in the last couple of days, so it was good just having the audiobook and being able to immerse myself in it. And yeah, I really liked the narrator. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I enjoyed that. And now I'm just starting Bridgerton, The Duke and I. Expectations. I'm not expecting it to be diverse like the TV show. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the kind of traditional Regency, you know, type era usual stuff. I have heard you found out more about Simon, and yeah, I'm going to be listening. So I have the ebook. I'm going to be listening to it. I've signed up to Scribd, or is it Scribed? I don't know if it's Scribd or Scribed. Anyway, I've signed up to that. I've got a free trial at the moment, so I'm going to be listening to the audiobook while I read it. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy it. I obviously know what happens, but then maybe they change some things in the TV show. But yeah, will I enjoy it as much as the TV show? I'm usually somebody who prefers the book over the adaptation, but since I've seen the adaptation and I've seen what Shonda's done, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it as much, but I will read a bit and I will update you, and I'm going to be more active now that I'm feeling a lot better. But yeah, so far, first romance, great rom-com. It is Saturday morning, well, almost afternoon. So yeah, I don't think I've popped on here in a couple of days this week. Thursday, wait, let me clean my lip. Thursday I did food shopping in the evening and then had dinner. Did a little bit of reading sprints. Did reading sprints yesterday. And I've just been out for a nice long walk because it's a decent day, a little bit chilly, but there's some clouds and blue sky, which is great. So I am, book update, I am halfway now, 50% through The Duke and I. So thoughts. I like how in the book you initially kind of get all of Simon's backstory straight away, whereas with the TV show it took like a few episodes before you kind of knew his whole story. So I really liked that. There definitely is a lot of differences between the show and the book. I think the main one is that with the book series, each sibling has their own book, and I think each series is going to focus on each of them, but you don't actually see that much of the other siblings. So in this one, because it's Daphne's story, Anthony's involved, very little of Benedict, and a little bit of Colin. And then the other siblings have been briefly mentioned on like a day trip, but that's it. Like Eloise has been mentioned like a couple of times, that's it. So you don't get to see that personality like she has in the TV series. Also Daphne, this is actually her second season, whereas in the TV show it's her first season. There's no queen, so no one gets chosen as like the season's pick, you know. And yeah, so you don't really know anything too much about the other characters. The Featheringtons are mentioned very briefly. which means also Eloise, just a point. In the book, if I remember right, they said that she's like a couple of years younger than Daphne, or it's a couple of years until it's her season. So she's not the same age as Penelope Featherington. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that. She's not the same age. So there's no mention of like their friendship or anything. Which is interesting. There's no mention of the cousin Marina Thompson of the Featherington, so she's not in this at all. I don't know if she appears later on in some other book, but she's not in this book. The prince that comes into the TV show isn't seen in here either. So yeah, there's quite a few differences there. And I understand obviously how they've done the TV show is to make it more interesting, so you're involved with all the characters. But the book very much is focusing on the Dukes and Daphne's relationship with a few people here and there. So yeah, lots of differences. There's still Lady Whistledown, and each chapter starts with like a section from one of her papers. But yeah, no one knows who she is, and there isn't a quest to find out who she is either. The three oldest brothers, Anthony, Benedict and Colin, in the TV show they also looked very similar, and in the book, like, that's a thing, they pretty much look exactly the same. And Simon actually remarked when because he briefly met Daphne before he got properly introduced by the brothers, he's like, oh, he mentioned it, and they're like, you already met? And he's like, yeah, she just had that, you know, Bridgerton look, it was easy, I thought she was one. Which I find funny, but yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. It's a fun read. It's light-hearted, like I said, it is different from the show. So yeah, I'm at that midway point. Yes, but it's panning out a little bit different, but you know, it's a romance book, so I've seen the series, but it's a romance book anyway, so you know how it's going to end. Yeah, 50% of the way through. I did listen to a couple of chapters while I was walking, because I'm listening to the audiobook from Scribd. I'm going to switch back to reading the book, the ebook, and listen to the audio, and I'll be able to speed it up again. And that's it. I'm going to have some lunch and just chill. There's a couple of films that came out on Netflix that I want to watch this weekend as well. One of which is Malcolm and Marie, which looks so good. And yeah, they filmed it all during quarantine as well, which is, yeah, it's really interesting, but it looks really good. There's another one. There's a new Italian film out, which my husband wants to watch, and it looks really interesting. It has Scamarzo in it. What is it called? Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, so I'm going to watch that. We're not having pizza tonight. It's the first time in ages we haven't made homemade pizza. I think I'm going to do burgers instead, and hopefully getting this book done. And I do still want to try and pick up a Highlander romance, so yeah, we need to get to that. But I will check in with you probably when either something significant happens or at the end of the book, but I'll speak to you later. Bye. Sunday afternoon, on the 7th of February, yeah, 7th of February, and I finally finished The Duke and I, the first Bridgerton novel, and yeah, I think it was enjoyable overall. I enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 3-star. It was fun. I did miss the fact that in the books you obviously don't get to see the other characters and other siblings so much, but it makes sense since the book is about the story of Daphne and the Duke. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I have the second one on Kindle, so I think I'll give that a read. It's by Anthony Story, which the second season is going to be based on him. They're fun. I had fun. I don't think I've ever really picked up historical romance, so it was definitely a change for me to read that genre. Yeah, it was fun, light-hearted. I think after all the heavy books I read in January, it was a nice change of pace. I haven't had time to pick up a Highlander romance, and it's already Sunday and I don't want to have this vlog going on much longer, so I'm going to end it with the Bridgertons, but this month I do plan on picking up a Highlander romance or Highlander romance book, and I will include it in my wrap up at the end of the month, and you can see, I suppose, what my thoughts are, if I thought it was cheesy as I expect it to be, or like completely inaccurate. But yes, I enjoyed the story of the Duke and I. Differences between the TV series and their storyline is ever so slightly different with the things that happen, but the basic premise is still the same. And yeah, I do prefer the TV series, not gonna lie, prefer the TV series personally. But I had fun reading romances this week. Yeah, I probably should. I'm gonna try and pick up more romances from now on, like have them in between my heavier books. And it was super fun, and thank you for watching me ramble on about these romance books. If you have any suggestions for any romance books, please pop it down in the comments. I'd love to, like I said, explore the genre and the subgenres as well. And yes, comment, like, subscribe, and thank you. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!